Hello, I'm Rose, one of the Shelter Solicitors working on our End DSS discrimination campaign. We've already proved that DSS discrimination is unlawful in the courts this year. But on social media, we often see a lot of confusion and questions from landlords about letting out their homes to people who receive housing benefit. Today, I'm going to be responding to some of them and tackling the most common misunderstandings. The terms of my mortgage mean I can't let my property to tenants who get housing benefit. Okay, so this is something we hear from landlords all the time, and it might have been the case 5 or 10 years ago, but we know from our research and work with the mortgage industry that this simply isn't true anymore. Mortgage lenders do not prevent landlords renting their properties to tenants who receive benefits. For starters, we know that nearly half of landlords have no outstanding mortgage on any of the homes they let out. But for those landlords who do have mortgages, we have good news. Mortgages for Business have researched the market, and they tell us that they think over 99% of the buy-to-let mortgage market is now no DSS free. This means it is now highly unlikely for a landlord to have a restrictive mortgage clause. My landlord insurance doesn't cover me if I let to anyone receiving housing benefit. Another common concern. While some landlord insurance products do still have no DSS clauses in them, we know from our work with the insurance industry that there are also plenty of insurance products available which do provide cover to landlords letting to tenants receiving housing benefit. And the best news is, there is often little to no extra cost. The British Insurance Brokers Association runs a free Find Insurance service, which you can find on their website, and can find any landlord an affordable and suitable insurance product which covers letting to tenants receiving benefits. I'm concerned I won't receive my rent payments. I'd only let to a tenant getting housing benefit if they have a UK home-owning guarantor. I can understand that this is a concern, but all tenants have an obligation to pay rent for their property, whether they are in receipt of housing benefit or not. At Shelter, we regularly hear from tenants who've experienced DSS discrimination, but have an excellent track record of paying their full rent on time whilst in receipt of benefits, and they're more than capable of managing their finances. There are lots of ways to check a tenant's reliability when it comes to paying rent. Whilst guarantors might be one way that can be useful and accessible for some, there will be plenty of great tenants who are not able to access a guarantor because they do not have wealthy family or friends, but who can demonstrate their reliability in other ways. This could include a credit check, work references, or requesting a reference from a previous landlord showing whether the tenant reliably paid their rent. Not getting housing benefit paid directly to the landlord makes it difficult. So, while direct payments of housing benefit to landlords are not the default anymore, landlords can still apply for direct payments, and that's of both housing benefit and the housing element of universal credit. We understand that there are frustrations with the way in which universal credit works, both for tenants and landlords, and we do think that the process of applying for direct payments should be made easier, though it does always need to be the tenant's choice. It's also worth remembering that the research showing that 95% of tenants receiving housing benefit are not behind on their rent was carried out since the move away from automatic direct payments of housing benefit. This shows that even without default direct payments, landlords who let to those in receipt of benefit are still receiving their rent on time.